And today we're just going to be doing a quick little video on your ROI if you're looking to get into playing Pegaxy, if you're looking to invest, and just a quick little overview of the returns you can be looking at, how fast it is to make your returns, and how you move forward from there. So we're just going to start off. So obviously we're here, and in my last video I spoke about how to set up and get all your crypto into your wallet, and then from there obviously you're going to want to purchase your first Pega. So today I'm going to talk about what to look for when you do purchase your first Pega. A lot of people are kind of intimidated by the pricing, but then once we dive into it and I kind of explain how it works, then you'll see how realistically these prices, whether they're inflated or not, really doesn't matter in the long term within reason, and I'm going to explain to you how. So essentially the marketplace right now, it's December of 2021. It is quite expensive. Now, I do say that because I did start from the first day, second day to be in fact, and stuff was much cheaper, obviously. So I don't know if the price is going to stay this inflated, and it doesn't really matter because you will still make a good profit. So if you're looking now to buy your first Pega, I do stress you do want to start with a zero breed Pega. I will make another video, which I started doing yesterday, but it didn't save, so I lost 2 hours of me talking to myself. So you do want to kick off with having a zero breed. So now Pegaxy has done the update where when you're on the marketplace you can actually see the breed count on the top right corner, which helps so much. I can't wait till they do it on our assets, so when we do go to breed and whatnot, it will help us. So you're in the marketplace. Now I'm going to go through all the different breeds. So Hoz is obviously your most expensive because it has the fastest cooldown period, which is 24 hours. So essentially, if you do have two Hoz, you can breed them every 24 hours, and that is very, very quick, hence why it is more expensive, because you can make assets faster and then make profit faster. Then you go to Camp Owner, which has a 48-hour cooldown period, which is super, super quick as well. And then the prices between them, are almost the same, to be honest, depending on what. So like we got a Camp Owner rare male at a zero breed at 1970, and then we have a Hoz rare, let's look for a Hoz rare. Hoz rare for 3-1, though it has one breed. So Camp Owner and Hoz are almost on the same. Then you go to Clin, which I've got a lot of Clin, which has a 72-hour cooldown, which is still fine. I will look to get Camp Owner and Hoz very soon, now that I understand the mechanics and I understand the ROI of this game, essentially from all the races, and I'm up to my second unlock now, and I definitely know how the game works at this stage. And then you got Zan, which is 96-hour cooldown, which is a very long time to wait. And then obviously the prices are still quite expensive, though they are cheaper. So what you're going to want to look at is, obviously you're not going to want to look at how much money you got to start with. Obviously that is a key factor. What you're going to want to look at is the long term, especially if you're going in to invest. If you're going to invest, there's a very, very strong few points that I want to stress. Look at your return first. So obviously Hoz, Camp Owner, Clin and Zan, when they're racing at this stage of the game, it's all pretty much RNG, which is random number generated. Some horses do have a better win ratio, but they've done the update. So essentially the update just made it all fair across the board, where people were just getting insane win streaks of like 10, 15 win streaks, and so they've nerfed all that. So it's pretty much an even playing field. So if you did buy a Zan, you can still win against Hoz, no problem. But obviously there's a few factors when it comes to like speed and all the things that reflect on the racetrack when you're on it. But it's safe to say that is a very, very even playing field at the moment. So if you're going to buy based on just buying the best because you think you're going to win the most, that is incorrect. Essentially what makes Hoz and Camp Owner more expensive is the cooldown times, because you can pump out Pega pretty much half the time than you pump out with these ones. So you can make a faster profit, and because they sell fast, because people want them, the demand is high, so to speak, you're definitely going to be making money on that. So if you were to look at getting in. Now, you've obviously got the different stats. So you've got a founding. So essentially your founding is your top. So if you get a 0 founding, they are very expensive. Yes, you will make your money off it once you breed it down and so forth. But to kick off, they are quite expensive. Now, then you go to a clean founding, the 0 breed, you know what I mean, just stupid prices. And then you go to Campona founding on a 0 breed, you know what I mean, and then Hoz 0 breeds are just through the roof. You know, you're looking at 99,000 plus. So what I tend to stay at is, so actually let me pull this up. Okay, so here if we go on the white pages on the Pegaxy website, you can see the down breed of each Pega. So if you do buy a founding and you do eventually breed it, you will get a legendary. And if you do breed the legendary, then you go to epic, and then so forth, so forth. Just while we're here, if you do go to breed a founding with a legendary, it will take the primary side of the lower breed. So if you were to breed the founding and the legendary, you will end up with an epic. If you were to breed an epic with a legendary, it will go down to a rare. So you always want to keep pairs. Now, strictly, always recommend getting pairs, because at the start I did not do pairs, and it really made me stuck at this point. Like I had 70,000 viz and I went to breed and the pairs were just not there. I thought they were, I had it all calculated right, but the pairs were just not there. So now I'm in the midst of selling 15 of my Pega and then rebuying pairs, which is a headache that you don't want to encounter. So you always want to buy, whether you're going to buy a legendary, make sure you buy a legendary male of the same bloodline and then a legendary female of the same bloodline, 0 out of 7 breed, then you can just evenly continue to breed. Now, once you reach Pacer, you can continue breeding Pacers and the circle never stops. So obviously your investment, it's just never going to stop. So also another thing to keep in mind is you can breed your legendaries or any Pega up to 7 times, though the most cost effective that I've found is breed your legendaries twice. If you're lucky, you'll get a male and a female of each. After breeding them twice, so the first breed you'll get one, then the second breed you get one. If you're lucky, you get one of each. If you get 2 of the same, Discord, Facebook, buy, swap, sell, you can just swap it out. But then from there, you can breed your legendaries twice. Hopefully you get epic male and female. If not, then you can do the swap, and then you can pretty much breed them all twice, because it is quite cheap at the moment to do 2 breeds. And then once you hit Pacer, you just keep on going and the profit is solid, and at the same time you're building your Pega farm, so your viz count will just be through the roof. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So when you're kicking off, I tend to stay within epic. I will start getting, I do have a lot of legendary and foundings, but now if I'm buying around epic. So I'm buying now clean epic, and I will be going for Campona epic. Now from epic rare to Pacer, honestly the price is very similar if you get a good deal. So even if you do buy a rare and then your first breed is going to be a Pacer, you're not really missing out from buying an epic and then breeding a rare and then breeding a Pacer. Prices right now are pretty much solid and around the same. Like the lowest, which should be cheaper. Now because, mind you, the game is relevantly new, the Pacers are not flooded the market yet, so the Pacers will retain quite a high market price. And I reckon we have another 6 months of high pricing. So, you know, if you do find a well-priced rare, go for it. And then even for Hoz, I'm looking to buy a Pacer and keep breeding Pacers. It just makes sense with the fast cooldown. So let's just say you want to buy an epic. So we'll go on the market, we look for clean, and then we'll go epic. And then we'll look for the 0 breed. So the cheapest epic 0 breed at the moment is 2,100 USD. So if you were to purchase that, keep in mind here, it has the cooldown. So if you buy, a lot of people put things up a little bit cheaper because they've just bred it. So if you want to get in and start investing straight away, you will definitely need to keep an eye on this, because then, you know, with this one, if I was to buy it, I won't be able to breed it for pretty much 3 days. And this one, I won't be able to race it or rent it for 2 whole days. So that's another thing to keep an eye out for. So just say you bought one, boom, you've got it here in your asset. I bought one not long ago. Where is she? She's right here. Now, I didn't take my own advice. I bought one that was bred, but it was super cheap. So Now that you've got this, just say that it's on no cooldown and you're ready to go. The next question would be, should I rent this? Should I join a guild or something and get a scholar underneath me, or do I self-race it? Now, that is a big thing. I'm about to show you a bit of the returns on this page to just kind of put you in the right mindset of what to do. Now, I do and am a firm believer in helping community, obviously helping people around the world. So if you do want to get into this long term, I highly suggest get into a guild or start your own guild and start getting scholars under you and just build the community, because the bigger the community, obviously the more life this NFT game has. All my Pega are rented, except for these ones, they've just been bred, but yeah, all of them have just been rented. I just rent all of them at a 50 to 60% rate, and you know, I've got in my guild, I think we have about 15 scholars at the moment and counting, and it's just a good community, and it just helps a lot of people around the world while you still make your income and your ROI. So let's just jump straight into it. Here, one Pega between 1800 and 3000 USD. I pretty much went from the lowest to the highest within a category of epic, rare, or pacer. We've gone through the cooldowns. So your ROI after update, the reason I write after update is all the nerfs have been done and it's a fair playing field at the moment. So right now, let's get into it. Rented, one Pega, getting between 180 and 240 viz every 15 days. For the unlock, you're getting about 3,000, that's not dollars, sorry. That is, you're getting about 3,080 viz every 15 days. If you were to race it yourself, you're getting about 5,250 every 15 days. This can be more or less. I'm just doing the bare minimum at this stage. Self-raced returns. I cannot spell, but that's fine. Self-race returns per day, you're making between 26 and 30 USD. Per week, you're making between 188 to 200 USD. Per month, you're making between 754 to 800 USD. And in 4 weeks of self-racing, you would have paid off your initial investment, and that is a fast turnaround for on an investment. Per month, if you are renting 50/50, so per month self-race, you're making about 800 per month. Self-race per month rented, you're making between 400 USD, which gives you a 5 to 6 weeks return on investment. That's rented. So there's only about a fortnight in between. So that's your investment returns. Very, very good. And definitely something to look into. So step 2, what you're going to want to do is essentially you want to build your assets. So build your Pega. You're going to want to buy your second Pega, and we're going to go into the return on investment on that. So you can either save the viz. Obviously, if you're renting it, you're going to be making 380. If you're self-racing, 5250. Sorry. So you can save that viz over a few months and then cash it out and then buy your Pega, your new one, which does take a long time, which is fine. Or you can invest another, you know what I mean, 3,000 USD, 2,500 USD, 2,000 USD, and buy another Pega, and then from already you're harvesting viz from your initial one, you'll be able to breed it instantly, which is what I did and which I recommend people to do. Obviously, if you're not in the financial place to do it, then obviously saving viz is the way to do it. When you do go to breed, so just say you do invest in your second Pega, you do go to breed, you've only got 3,080 viz and your unlock is still 5 days away. That's okay. You can purchase viz on Kyber Swap to bridge the gap. So in this case, you would only have to buy 920 viz, and then you can breed your pair. So breeding is quite simple. That's why I stress get a 0 out of 7 breed, because the viz price is very cheap. So pretty much the cost of breeding is 4,000 viz and 30 PGX. But essentially, you're looking at 288 USD with the price now of viz at about 0.076 cents, which is cheap. So you're breeding at 288 USD. If you wanted to make the investment back real quick, the resale of your Pega will obviously be the market price value, depending on what breed it is. You can sell it for an easy 1,800 to 3,000 USD depending, and because it will be a zero breed, you will get maximum price on it if you're wanting fast returns. So it will cost you 288 to breed it. You could sell it for 1,800 to 3,000, which would pay off your return on your second Pega within an instant, or you can choose to keep it and increase the power of your viz farming. So essentially you will have 3 Pega here, but I'm just going to show you the numbers with just 2 Pega, and then you can kind of go on from there. So 2 Pega rented, so it'll be times 2 of the initial one here. So you're looking at 2 Pega rented at 50/50, 430 viz a day. Self-raced, you're looking at about 650 to 700 a day. Self-raced Pega viz for every 15 days, you're looking at 9 to 11,000. If you rented 50/50, you're looking at 6 to 7,000. Now obviously it's a big jump from 3,080 and 5,250. You're looking at big numbers here. So initially your outlay 2 Pega, you're looking at around 4,500 USD. Your returns, if you rent it, will be 9 weeks. If you rent both of them, that's your return. Obviously if you sell, this is just 2 Pega. Obviously if you breed it and you sell your baby one, you'll be paying that off on the same day that you bought it, which is absolutely insane. But this is just going off 2 Pega, which is the ones that you've purchased. The baby Pega, the one that you're going to breed, is an investment that you've invested in, so that's pretty much cash in your pocket. You're pretty much pocketing 2,000 USD just like that. Self-raced every 15 days, you're looking at 10 to 11,000 viz. Right now the Briz price is 0.077 cents, so you're looking at 770 USD every 15 days, which then your ROI without breeding will be 6 weeks. Then again, if you were to breed it, cost you 288 USD, and then you can sell it for 2,000 plus USD, which changed the game again. Now, the returns on this game is very, very solid, absolutely insane. Just know that the snowball effect is where your maximum profit will come in. So when you do breed, and you continue to breed up to 2 times per breed, like I was showing earlier, when you breed them twice and you get lucky having a male and female, and then you breed them again after the cool down and you keep breeding them, essentially the maximum breed for a 2 breed, you're looking at 8,000 viz, which is only going to be about 600 USD maximum for your second breed. So you're making profit upon profit upon profit if you wanted to sell the Pega back on the marketplace. Otherwise you can just keep the Pega there, and then all these numbers would change from 9 to 11k self-raced with 2 Pega. Then with 3 Pega you're adding an extra 240 a day, which is an extra 3,000 every 15 days. So essentially with 3 Pega self-raced, you're looking at 14k per month, and then rented you're looking at another 7. You're looking at about 9,000 per month. So definitely boosts your viz farm, breeding, and then so on and so forth. I have 30 Pega right now, and I'm making about 7,500 viz a day. So my initial investment, once all these are ready to race, I've invested 25k. I've already made that back within 2 weeks because I've done some good buys and sells, but it's pretty much all profit from here on in. So yeah, I hope that's made a bit of sense for you guys. It is quite in detail. The prices are a bit up in the air at the moment. I don't know if it's going to stay like that or they will drop the more the paces, which is the last breed, tend to flood the market, though I still think there's a long way to go before paces dilute the market. So if you're getting in now and you're getting in even early next year, it's still quite early. So I hope that's been of information for all of you going to invest. If you want to go back through anything, give me a message either on Instagram. My guild is Prosper Guild. If you want to get into it, let me know, and yeah, we can go from there. So I hope this has given you guys some information, and any questions you've had about investing and what your ROI is. And yeah, so until the next video, guys, thank you very much and have a great day.